All right.
Okay, so it looks like we're now live. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show here on the Extreme Improv Extremes, as well as the Slam Jam channels. So we're going to be discussing all kinds of things happening in the crazy world of wrestling as we head so few weeks between now and WrestleMania. But all this and so much more after the intro.
Put it up in the cage, it's the Slam Jam Show. We're dynamite, you better feel alive. We're better than you, and you know it. Yeah. If you don't like it, we got two words for you. Slam Jam, Slam Jam. Feel the power, feel the roar. Slam Jam, it's the smackdown you've been waiting for. You can't see us, Chico, you've been serving hard time. Ooh, yeah. Slam Jam, and that's the bottom line. Slam Jam, now it's a Slam Jam wrestling show. We're life for life, the girl is the big show. You got no chance when you're real forget. That's the risk, that's the worst. If you spell what we're cooking, it's a Slam Jam wrestling show. The champion's here. Snap into a Slam Jam. The Slam Jam show. Yeah, yo. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know. It's the Slam Jam show. Read a glass, one big ass. It's the Slam Jam F1 show from you. Yeah.
Okay, and welcome to Slam Jam. And look, since we went to the credits, we have been joined by Gav. So,
I'm just happy to see TJ.
Hey, Gav, long time.
Yes.
TJ, you was explaining to me that he's kind of like Captain America, where he's been frozen in million-year-old ice.
Yeah,
And,
kind of.
we have now retrieved him back into the modern world.
I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, TJ, like,
I have to see
you're
you
not going to
both
be.
too as well. Sorry. Let's just say
Well,
that.
hey, what I'm worried about is TJ's going to be like, so what's happening with Cena's heel turn? And we're just going to be like, there's so much to catch up on.
Wait, Cena's a heel now? What?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, TJ, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. I'm TJ. For people that used to watch this show a few years ago, I was somewhat of a regular. Then I kind of disappeared. Yeah, as David said, I was frozen, and now I'm back. So yeah, I'll be more frequent.
Okay, now someone who might actually just be frozen in another sense is Dave. I know you are moving. Say hello to the people.
I am barely moving, but that's because I'm extremely tired. Yes, I'm Dave Jones Green. Here, as always, the wrestling encyclopedia, as I've been referred to in the group chat for some reason.
Absolutely. Gav, we kind of started with you, but I don't think we really did an intro because we kind of segued immediately onto TJ. So say hello to the people.
No, people. What do you want to talk about? I'm stealing everyone's gimmick. Yeah, so.
Yeah. And yeah, well, and I'm David, right? And I've stolen Dave's gimmick by being another David. But well, what can I say? We are less than a month until WrestleMania now. This is getting serious. Things are gearing up as we strangely have. Who here has seen Raw from this week?
Yeah.
So, like, okay, well, great. This is a good start. Okay, well, Gav, at
You
least
know I don't watch the full shows, David. Come on.
Okay. Right.
I watched
do you know what, actually?
the highlights. That's about it.
Okay, so
Yeah, same.
in preparation for this show today, not only have I seen Raw, I have also seen Collision.
Wow.
And I also
Damn.
watched the most recent episode of Ring of Honor because I was like, I've got MyAEW now. So
cool.
let's see what Ring of Honor is. I'll tell you what, I didn't make it to the end. It was like the Thunderdome. It was. Do you remember like when they were like, oh, we're allowed about 10 people behind glass walls. They were in like the smallest studio. It was kind of like the NWA power shows from a few years ago,
Right.
but just with like about 15 people around the barrier in the
So that's
smallest
studio
studio. Yeah. And oh yeah, just that atmosphere and Evil Uno in the ring, it didn't bode well. So anyway, what's on any of your minds, guys? What do you guys want to talk about?
What is there to talk about? I mean, the big thing I think I'm doing in the group chat is that Sid is in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Kind of
Legacy, you know.
Yeah, why is in the legacy wing, for God's sake?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
you know, we were saying that like Demolition are going in finally, and we are saying that that Crush isn't going in, and now I someone would it may have been you, Gav, pointing out about his theme music now is kind of going in. So Crush is kind of going in like a tiny bit at a time. But yeah, no, that's great. That Sid's like, it's crazy. Legacy Hall of Fame. He has main evented WrestleMania twice.
2-time WWE champion.
Yeah,
WCW.
Yeah.
But we got to give way for the headliner.
Who's Stephanie?
Stephanie McMahon.
Oh God.
Mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad.
That's so crazy. Sid, Demolition, and AJ Styles are going into the Hall of Fame, and the main eventer is Stephanie McMahon.
So here's the thing.
I mean,
with the legacy wing, is that it's supposed to be for people that maybe like a bit too like in the past, sort of like make sense in the modern Hall of Fame and things like that. So like the first inductees, like in 2016, were people like Lou Thez, Mildred Burke, George Hackenschmidt, people like that. Then the next year it's like Dr. Jerry Graham, Haystack Calhoun, Ricky Dozan is like very important. It's all like important figures in the build-up of wrestling, things like that. Next it's Stan the Man Stasiak, this year, Lloyd Alfred Hayes, people like that. So just burtling through some of these inductees, there have been some people that I'm quite surprised that weren't like. This is the first one I'm quite surprised as being part of that legacy wing. I don't see where Sid fits in with that thing, especially when he's such like a well like known like character and thing like that. I mean, last year the legacy wing had Dory Funk Sr., Ivan Koloff, and
and that was TJ until next year, right? And that was TJ until next year, right? You were going through that list, right? Yeah, I've got it open. Like Lord Alfred Hayes should have gone in properly.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, but I just realized it's just this is the names of like from that bygone era. I don't know if Sid is a bygone era sort of name. You know what I mean?
Well, hang on. Luna Vachon went into Legacy.
Yeah, Luna Vachon's in Legacy. Yeah, it's very odd. So it's. I think as well. I think you pointed out in the group chat, David, who would induct him.
I got the answer to that.
Go on.
Booker T. Because Booker T was brought into the industry by Sid.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
Yeah, he started his and Stevie Ray's career. So Booker T could have like done the induction, and then the son could have accepted the award. So
yeah. I think it's like sort of things like was he that well liked and things like that. I think there was always an argument against his passion for wrestling, wasn't there? Because there was that period in the 90s where he was in and out of the WWF because he wanted to play professional softball.
Okay, I don't mean this to sound like in poor taste, but Arn Anderson should have definitely inducted him. Right. You know what I mean? He could have taken a stab at it at least. Right. Now, it's fine.
They could have got the acclaimed one alongside of him, says me daddy, and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that actually might be the reason. It could be the whole Triple H is in charge, you know, he's in love with Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. So he's like, and Arn Anderson's just like every year, you're not inducting Sid this year, are you? And like, oh no, you know. But so that could be the reason. That could be the reason.
And that's why we do what we do.
Yeah,
absolutely. I've got to give that shout out to that guy that does that impersonation. He's brilliant.
Okay, so hang on. Have they not had a Legacy Hall of Fame for a few years?
They had one last year with
Oh yeah,
Kamala.
Dory Funk Senior. All right, yeah.
Oh,
Kamala.
Kamala,
That's
yeah.
not fair. That's not
Yeah.
fair. Kamala in Legacy Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
But Sid is going into the Hall of Fame. Let's see. AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie's going to be inducted by The Undertaker.
Oh, really?
They almost got married once, so
Well, where to, Stephanie?
Do you know what? I was just about to say Test, but obviously he's not here. So
No,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so I wonder if anyone else will go in. So last year it was Luger, Michelle McCool, Triple H, Natural Disasters, Immortal Moment. Are they going to have an immortal moment? What
yeah.
immortal moment can go in?
To keep that going, don't they?
Well,
Yeah.
if they had Bret Hart versus Steve Austin last year, I think if they're going to choose an immortal moment this year, it should probably be Mankind, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell.
fair,
Yeah.
fair.
You know, what more immortal moment is there from? You know, you
Hogan,
could say
I mean, Andre.
Hogan,
Hogan, Andre, I suppose.
Hogan, Andre. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, well, who would it? That will probably get in at some point. But who could induct that? Because now the only person that can logically induct that is Vince.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
Cena probably.
Cena.
He could say he always speaks about how Hogan's been his inspiration. That's the closest I can think of. Yeah, he does. Or at least he used to. So I mean,
Yeah, he kind of maybe tapered off on that in the last few years.
Yeah.
Could be Undertaker again, because he was around that era. Well, not that era, but he knew he was around when Andre was around and Hogan. So
barely with Andre.
Yeah,
barely around that time. And didn't
Undertaker
Hogan
could have inducted Sid? He wrestled him in the main event of Mania.
True.
Or Shawn Michaels. It was his.
Oh, even that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that Undertaker inducting a Hogan moment with very good taste, considering that Hogan tried to literally bury his career by claiming that he'd injured his neck on that tombstone at the Survivor Series on the chair. One that missed him completely and was completely utterly safe. So yeah, I don't think Taker and Hogan were that good.
No.
Yeah.
Wait for me, brother.
Okay, so is there anything else other than like stuff like on the immediate like Raw, SmackDown?
Since we were talking about Hall of Famers, guys like AJ Styles and then also John Cena, the guy that retired both of them does not have a match for WrestleMania.
Yeah, we were talking about this last week. This is unforgivable. Unforgivable. They've not got any plan for him, or they've not got a backup plan for him.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this is just it. He retired John Cena. With it, you know, a few weeks later, he retires AJ Styles, and then has a lengthy feud with Dragon Lee. It's like talk about like momentum killer.
But that was a second on Ray, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, Ray got injured. They could not pivot. They could not think of another person. Not every match he has needs to be a retirement match. He could have faced Nakamura. He could have faced, I don't know.
Please
anyone.
let him retire Nakamura. I'd be up for that.
I mean, that would be. I mean, if you look at the pattern, he retired Goldberg, who's kind of like their Mr. WCW. He retired Cena, who's like, yes, Mr. WWE, and Styles, Mr. TNA. Nakamura's the closest to Mr. New Japan that they have.
Yes.
Him retiring Nakamura would have, and then he's probably retiring Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So Mr. UFC, I guess.
Yeah. Then he should retire like Pat McAfee, Mr. NFL. And
eventually Cody, Mr. AEW.
Yeah. Okay,
he should definitely retire Cody.
I'd never made that connection before, but yeah, Mr. WWE, Mr. TNA, Mr. WCW.
Yeah.
Okay, but
why? Sorry.
No, go
Why
ahead.
does he not have a match?
They've got time.
Do they?
They have got time, but you
They've got
know
loads
what's going to happen. He's just going to be put into the Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown before Mania, isn't he? Which is that Battle Royal, which they probably could put on one of the nights, which they're not going to for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
To stop everyone having a WrestleMania payday. They'll do it on the SmackDown before, like they have done for the last few years, to make it utterly meaningless.
He wins that match. He poses with the trophy, and then he chokes the trophy and retires the trophy.
He retires the Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Memorial Trophy.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. Right. So have they actually announced the tag team match for WrestleMania yet?
Not yet.
That's obviously going to be
Usos
against the Vision.
Yeah.
They're just about that.
That's going to be happening.
But that was the whole point, wasn't that? To get, I thought that was to make them number one contenders or something.
But they have the match next week, aren't they?
Oh, is it next week?
Yeah, the title match is next week.
Why would you have multiple matches of the same fucking thing if you're going to build it to WrestleMania?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, it's
all these title changes before Mania, and it's stupid booking, really.
Are there any other tag teams that are likely to be involved in that lineup?
I have a feeling. Sorry, I was going to say I'll have a feeling because LA Knight's involved, isn't he? So would it be a 3-on-3 then, or something like that instead?
Oh, so who would tag with the Vision?
Not too sure.
Jake Paul.
Gunther.
Jake Paul.
I mean, that would have a celebrity aspect to it.
If by some miracle Braun and Bronson are the Bronze are back in some case, you have
who face
the other team, don't you?
Yeah, I'm guessing that Rollins will be.
Okay, so iShow Speed was on Raw. I'm not quite sure why. Is he a friend of Logan Paul? Wasn't he one of the mystery Coke can people?
Is this a new term for some sort of term of some sort of status of people? You're a friend of
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That was KSI.
You're a friend of Dorothy and friend of Logan.
Didn't you have like multiple of them?
I think it was KSI that was with Logan at that point.
Yeah, but he had a different one like the next year, didn't he?
Yeah, iShow Speed was one of them, yeah.
Oh, was he?
iShow Speed, Logan Paul, WWE.
He's the one that's got the RKO.
I can't remember. Wow.
They have too many celebrities.
It was a triple threat match in Logan against Owens and Orton, and it was iShow Speed that was in the costume that year. And he took that RKO on the table.
Yeah, so look. So
my brain is bad.
That's where he was a Coke, well, not a Coke can, whatever it is.
Yeah,
a prime bottle.
Yeah, okay.
So that, great. You get to be on WrestleMania. I don't want to be a Coke bottle. You think what he then did in the Royal Rumble, where, interestingly, it was Braun from the Vision who then destroyed him.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know, but then on Raw, he was just hanging backstage with Penta and Dragon Lee and and then Danhausen and completely coming across like he's meant to be a babyface.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, why shouldn't he be a babyface just because he knows Logan Paul?
Well, he got cursed, so I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, exactly. See, it should have been that he got cursed and then he became the Pepsi bottle.
Guys, I've just realised that's the match. Gunther versus Danhausen.
Oh, wow. No, unless Gunther destroys Danhausen.
Of course he will. Of course he will. Instead of putting the cursing bullshit. But can you imagine that at WrestleMania?
I don't trust them.
Open challenge, and the lights go out. You know that fucking music. All does come out. He just lariats him and beats him in 5 seconds.
That'd be pretty good.
But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Danhausen curses Gunther and then he starts losing. They take away the momentum. They think it's good comedy, but I would not be surprised if they do that.
I don't want to see that.
Of course, I don't want to see that. I just don't trust WWE enough.
Gunther seems to have completely avoided any nonsense in his entire WWE career.
He doesn't go for that.
True.
Yeah, I think that's true as well. I think he probably has input in what he's willing to do.
Yeah,
I think he's got that level of respect with them as well. So yeah, the Usos currently both look like they need to have a match with CM Punk at WrestleMania. So unless they're defending the tag titles, or I don't know how they go from this because they're so heavily involved in the CM Punk story at the moment that other than that they have something with the Vision. But what's Seth doing? Seth is back.
Is he?
He's not going against Brock.
Isn't he the
couldn't it
Vision
be-
Hunter?
Yeah,
He's just
exactly.
hunting
He's the
people.
Vision Hunter, and then you've got the Usos. Would you have the Usos and Seth?
Would be a weird dynamic, but I
Yeah,
mean,
it would.
they have done similar stuff. Given Roman and Seth's history, it would be kind of okay. Seth is teaming with Roman's cousins against the Vision. I could see them do that. I could see them do that.
But have Seth and Roman ever made up?
No.
Nope.
No, so that'd be super bizarre, right? Although Jimmy Uso seems to be okay with Punk, whereas Jay wants to kill him, and obviously Roman
Yeah.
does as well. So interesting stuff. What else?
Are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about Punk's promo?
The
what
sweat
he
and gin.
claimed- Yeah, the sweat and gin. What was that all about?
I know that was the best. No, that was the best line in it. Everything else, Punk isn't quite what he used to be. Yeah, he doesn't have it as many like standout zinger lines as he used to.
Is it because Roman is just that good? Like, there's nothing to really stab at apart from being a part timer. Because really, Roman did bring the company up. So
Never thought I'd say this. Punk is not where he used to be because Roman is that good. Words I never thought I'd say.
Yeah. Well,
it's getting a bit. Right, I've obviously not been watching the full shows, but it seems I'm watching the highlights and things like that. That there seems to be a very set routine and like ordering schedule for Raw's stuff at the moment. So it's like opening segment involving Heyman and Brock Lesnar, Oberfemi sort of segment, then like backstage setup matches later on, then like mid card title match, women's segment, but lower mid card match, main eventish match, that sort of thing, and then last segment is Punk versus Reigns in some promo thing again. And it's like last week was like, oh, you're old, punch down, and then this week he's trying to own the punch, and then but it's not really because he's like being, oh, I don't like react, I'm not reactionary to things like that. It's like you just did it last week. It's like you literally reacted to being cold old. Oh well, now I'm going to own it because this old man's going to put you down. It's like and then it ends with that sort of like Roman and Punk dynamic. Which I'm not saying it shouldn't do that. It's the main event of the Raw show on the main event of WrestleMania, so it should be getting the main event focus. But I don't know. I would kind of like to sort of like when I see the highlights, I'd like to see them actually like having some sort of physical altercation that isn't like preceded by a seemingly banal promo segment.
Yeah.
I also think it's very difficult for Punk to be what he used to be because if you look at Punk during his original run, he was like this anti-hero going against the authority, blah blah blah. Right now, WWE, they've always tried. I always say this: they've always tried to be the heel company. Right now, they're kind of trying to be the babyface company. And I'm not saying you cannot do good content, but you cannot have CM Punk as this anti-authority CM Punk if you also want him to be like, okay, I love this place, I want to be here, this is my dream. You can have good stories. You cannot have legendary stories that he used to have.
I think, not being funny, like that was 10 or so years ago now, and people grow. So I don't think he should be that person. He should be who he is now. But you know,
but it's just that over those 10 years, whether it's during his AEW run or even before he returned to wrestling, his entire online personality was bad-mouthing WWE. And now, for me, he doesn't feel the same because when he came back, it just seems like a complete reverse, opposite. Like, I love being here. It's my favorite place. It just, for me, it never felt authentic.
But that's what it has to be, because when he came back, like for the first year and a half, every single promo was some little dig at AEW, and so now it's like, well, he's meant to have made up with Triple H and stuff like that, so he can't really be against the authority. And now the authority is Adam Pearce, so it's not even like a John Laurinaitis. There is no one for him to be against in the system.
And
He has to be
WWE changed so much since then as well.
Yeah.
He has to be
mean,
against like the bloodline. Like Roman.
but I mean, it sounds very cliched, but he could just turn heel. He could just go full heel in this, Roman. I saw a promo where Roman mentioned that Punk ruined his life with that podcast he did with Colt Cabana. Punk could be like, yeah, I did it. I have no regrets. I wanted to. I hate you. Do something like that. Make him look like the bad guy. I think that for me would be way more interesting than two baby faces, tweeners, whatever you call them, trying to just, see who's, I don't know, the more badass of the two.
Yeah.
Who's more edgy. Instead of that, just have CM Punk turn heel. Have him turn heel. I also would not be surprised if that's how Punk wins. He wins by turning heel in the main event of WrestleMania. You don't know. Maybe the Usos cost Roman. Maybe it's Seth who. Maybe that's his thing. He costs Roman once again. Because we did hear rumors that there was a plan of them doing Seth versus Roman at WrestleMania, which again got derailed due to injury. So maybe, okay. So hear me out. Night 1 or even sometime in night 2, it's Seth Rollins and the Usos. You build this tension up. Roman's like, I don't trust this guy. The Usos are like, we need him. So you have Seth teaming up with Usos and they face the Vision, they win. You have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Shenanigans happen, the Usos interfere, and then you have Seth. You have the 3 people that were in the main event the previous night, and then Seth costs Roman the match. Not aligning with Punk, but he hates Roman that much more. He hates Roman more.
Just like to try to do something within WrestleMania to set up Seth versus Roman. Like I just feel like that's not what I care to see for the next 3 months. If they built that up as a WrestleMania main event, it's like, oh, those two have they actually had a WrestleMania main event? They haven't, have they?
Seth and Roman?
Yeah, they've never had a WrestleMania main event.
They were
one
like,
where Seth came in. So last of the century, that's about it.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly, right? So very true.
Yeah. That wasn't that's a one-on-one match, though, as it was.
Does anyone really care about that Shield thing? Like now, it's so long ago.
They kind of killed that with the Cody match. That one with the multiple run-ins and him in the Shield gear trying to interfere. Roman fight him off. So then it was him like attacking Seth. That cost him the match, wasn't it? That was the sort of story there. But yeah, no, I don't actually mind that what DJ said as an angle. I think actually that kind of works to a build up for a Mania match. Obviously, getting your third man in for the business is the important thing there. So who do if Braun or Bronson are healthy, then absolutely fine. But I don't know about Seth interfering in the main event and costing Roman. It sounds like it's a bit of a personal thing. So I wouldn't necessarily have him do that on one or the other, because like you say, in storyline it's supposed to hate both of them, but in reality we know he hates Punk. So it's like I don't believe that he wouldn't do anything to try and not cost Punk in that time. Maybe it's an inadvertent costing perhaps, but like they said, or have to go over Rollins and Reigns and Punk again.
And then he'll be just big showing it all the time. Then he'll be turning back a heel again.
Yeah.
After being face again. And
I
do like the idea of Punk turning heel though.
Punk turning heel would be interesting.
Be good.
I think I think Punk may have reached the point though where even if he's heel, he won't really be a heel, and he'll, no matter what he tries to do, the fans will cheer him, and he'll just like, well, these people know that I'm right, and then they'll be like, yeah, we agree.
Does that remind
And it
you of somebody who just recently turned heel?
Who?
Randy Orton.
Oh well,
I
yeah,
guess that's
yeah.
what you meant, right?
Cheered.
Yeah.
I was getting
I don't know,
cheered.
but
He
no,
was
but
cheered
I'm
against
here for it.
Jody, attacking Mark Cardona. He was getting cheered.
yeah. Well, exactly. So there's people that reach this legendary status where you can't really be a heel anymore, because you think when a couple of years ago with The Rock, it's like, okay, we're gonna have to pivot and make him heel.
Mhm.
People loved it. People weren't like, it's like now this is the badass version of The Rock. It's like they loved it, and it's like you've then got a face there. Even if you tried to turn like Roman completely heel now, he's now reached the status where
Yeah.
like we're too into this now.
Yeah.
They
What
love
a-
Paul Heyman. They love everyone. They love
Well-
Brock. What actually, just coming back to Brock a second. So Heyman came out with Brock. Oba came out, and I think they tried to do something to they were chanting Oba because Oba has a nice ring to it, like the Goldberg rhythm and stuff. One thing that was great, the whole audience, I was like, what are they doing? They were all of them were doing it. And that was great. But then that they'll cheer for Oba doing that, but they cheered for Brock when he came out as well. And there are just people that once they've reached this level, unless you're Matt Cardona, they will cheer you. So no one gives a shit about.
Before we go to the Brock match, just one more comment about Roman Punk. What if Seth is the referee? It's still those three people from the main event. We don't even know if Seth is cleared to compete or not. Or if
I don't know if I want that either.
I mean, I don't either, but
like
I somehow feel like
doing something with Paul Heyman, which where's that going? Brock is wrestling Oba, so unless it has to be Logan Paul and Austin Theory, something to do with Seth. They could have a handicap match, but that would make both Theory. Yeah. So who's Seth going to have tag with him? Or he takes on one of
LA Knight
in the corner.
LA
Knight and
LA
Seth
Knight.
versus. That's not an impossibility.
But then what do the Usos do?
They stand at the corner of Roman.
Triple threat tag?
Yeah.
Triple threat tag. So what? With who?
Vision, Usos, Seth, and LA Knight.
Done. I just leave Seth out of that.
I think that makes Seth's mission of destroying the Vision. Suddenly it's like, oh, well, occasionally I'll be attacking you. So, right. Sorry, business is business.
I don't know. It's just like,
yeah.
If Braun's back, they could just do Braun versus Seth.
Yeah,
that's fine.
It would be like a fad. I shouldn't say that. I just had to hold back. It'd be like there have to be some kind of restriction on that match because they're both injured.
Yeah.
They
could just, I don't know.
Yeah.
An unsanctioned street fight or something like this.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, slightly change of course here because I was just drifting through, trying to not drift. I was listening, guys, but I mean I was just trying to see if there's anything of note. And one thing that's interesting that's come up here, Stephen Borden Jr. made his New Japan debut, and I think we'll be safe just to play this because it looks like it's just fan footage. So there is Sting Jr. not dressed as Sting, which is probably smart.
It's the NJPW Academy in the States, isn't it?
He's in better shape than I think he was, obviously, when he had to do that thing for Sting's retirement. So he looks. Sorry, no, he was, but look, he looks a lot. He looks more the part. He looks leaner, and he does. It's crazy how much he looks like Sting.
Yeah.
His punches are pretty similar, aren't
they? Yeah.
He moves around. I mean, it's difficult to tell with a bunch of clips, but you have to see what he's actually like in a full-on match. Obviously,
Well,
this is
yeah,
against
exactly.
Yeah.
so it's difficult to really have a complete opinion on the guy.
Oh,
but, yeah.
seeing a splash.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a bit
But that
of
one was better.
What?
Oh, here he goes again. Oh no. Right. Well, look, it's his debut, and it says
Yeah,
he's
it's
had
not
their
even
Impact
up.
showcase.
It's New Japan debut, so but he's had some matches already, so it's getting better. Still in his rookie year. So I mean,
Yeah,
that was a
exactly.
pretty well taken knee.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we'll see him on AEW soon.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Sting's still associated with them, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's not going to go.
Sometime yeah. AEW Revolution in 6 years' time, we headlined by Steve Borden Jr. versus Brody Lee Jr.
Oh,
How old is Brody Lee Jr.?
He's about
17, I think.
15. Yeah,
17. That's insane.
15.
15.
Oh, 15. All right, I was going to say.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the GCW clusterfuck champion, of course, as we know. So.
Is that an actual thing?
Well, he won the clusterfuck match last year at Mania Weekend.
Jesus, I don't know anything about that.
It's him versus Joey Janela at this year's GCW Mania Weekend.
Wow.
They've got some sort of license for him to be able to wrestle. So it's, I think it was like 50 or 60, however old he is. I think the state athletic commission had like obviously age limits and things like that. And I think at 16 he like passes for Nevada or something. I'm not sure. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Dev is here.
Oh, later.
Yeah,
How are you, Dev?
pretty good.
Good. Okay.
Did you-
Now, where were we, guys? What were
I was
we in?
talking about Joey Janela and
Oh, Joey Janela.
Brody Lee Jr.
about Brody Lee Jr. Yeah, more than that, -1.
Yeah. Has there like I know obviously he's not, but he's like the right age because he's like a child. Have we actually ever got a 4th generation wrestler yet?
Oh, 4th.
Probably
not.
Obviously,
No.
Brody Lee Jr. is only a 2nd generation wrestler. So
Ava.
Who?
Ava. The Rock's daughter.
Finley's?
Rocks.
Oh yes.
Wow,
Yeah. 4th generation. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that she was
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
but I mean,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. She is a 4th generation wrestler, but she isn't a 4th generation in a sense because it's like so. The Rock's dad was a wrestler, but
Yeah.
his grandfather on the other side of the family. So it isn't all on like one side passing down. So it's
that's
like,
her grandfather, isn't it?
but she is a 4th generation. But like the easier way
Yeah.
of saying it, because I'm going to confuse myself on that. If you
Yeah.
think of like Natty Neidhart, she is a 2nd generation Neidhart,
Yeah.
but she is a 3rd generation Hart, and the same with like Bulldog's son, because
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
father and then the grandfather, they're not on
Yeah.
the same lineage, and I think that's the same
Oh,
with.
wait, though. Because,
Go on.
like, you've got the Rock's grandfather.
Yeah, High
Yeah.
Chief Peter Maivia, Rocky
Oh,
Johnson
Chief.
wasn't his son.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
His son-in-law.
Yeah, son-in-law.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
There was a little
Wasn't
bit
it?
of crisscrossy.
Isn't
Sorry?
it? Wasn't Peter Maivia? Wasn't it? Rock's mum, his daughter. They're not.
The Rock's mum is Peter Maivia's daughter.
Yeah. So that makes a 3rd generation. That makes a 4th generation then.
Yeah, 4th generation wrestler, but it's not all
Not
down
on
the
the
same
side.
line.
But if it's his mother,
It's
it's coming from his.
No, but it's like
I know
his
what you're
grand-
saying.
No, so
Like,
but
with that side.
the easier way of explaining it is again to go to the Hearts, right? So
Yeah.
Natty Neidhart is a 2nd generation Neidhart. She is a 3rd generation wrestler because her grandfather was Stu, her father was Jim, and then she comes down there. So it crisscrosses in the generations.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So it's not
'Cause
like
yeah.
so if I said like I'm a baker, my dad was a baker, his dad was a baker, and his dad's dad was a baker, then everyone on that side of the family always does the same thing. But when you then have that the connection between Ava and then her dad was a wrestler. His dad was a wrestler. but his dad wasn't a wrestler. It was his wife's dad.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So she is a fourth generation wrestler, but it's not a pure fourth generation.
Yeah.
Anyone else got the Magic Roundabout theme whirring around their head at the moment?
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Look, it's difficult. It's difficult to explain. This whole week, I've been trying to record a video, like for the Geek Battle show, about like a theory I've got about Back to the Future, and you tried discussing how time works. It's freaking hard. So, like, this is tricky.
I actually went to watch the Back to the Future at the theatre this past week.
The musical?
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
It is really good.
It is really good. That is probably the show I've had the most fun ever seeing.
With the DeLorean at the end as well.
Yeah. Oh my god, it flies.
Crazy.
Yeah. Spoiler, sorry.
Not wrestling, but yeah.
Should be wrestling. Right.
Yeah.
But okay.
Sorry,
what else is going on in the world of wrestling? Dave, what have you got?
Just to completely update us all, Brody Lee Jr. is 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was a WWE Tag Team Champion who was younger.
I was gonna say that.
Was that guy in a match with Joey Janela at a spring break this year? No. So this is the card for at the moment for Game Changer Wrestling's Joey Janela spring break this year. You got world title match of whoever that champion is, Koga or something like that, against the new Hayabusa. But you got a couple of different regular matches, but two of their big matches they got for spring break this year is, as aforementioned, Joey Janela versus Brody Lee Jr., 14-year-old boy, first wrestling match officially, and you've also got the retirement match of the Sandman on there. And have you heard who the Sandman is wrestling?
Yeah. Well, okay, I believe so. I've seen a clip.
Who?
The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Sandman versus Invisible Man. That's match of the year right there.
You know what? I saw him falling over in a segment. I didn't actually watch it properly. And I was like, has he got attacked by John Cena kind of thing? But I didn't realize it was that. Okay.
That need anything that's on Mania. I wanna. The only thing that can up this match is if that match is refereed by the Invisible Stan.
Yeah. I'll say that'd be great. The Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan was a classic.
Oh, it was awesome.
So good.
Was Bryce Remsburg the referee of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryce Remsburg show with the door being like broken.
Do you know what? That was brilliant, actually.
It was so good. The best part was that the fans, they were into it. They played along.
Oh yeah, totally.
It was so good.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't an expensive ticket, right? That's all I'm saying. You went there and I've seen clips of it. I don't know how long the match lasted. It's just like 10 minutes. How was the show you saw tonight? Well, 10 minutes of it was just the referee reacting to nothing happening. Right. Anyway,
that's because you saw it without the goggles. You needed the glasses to see the match happening. That's a you problem. You can't.
That is a me problem. Dev, you had your hand up. What have you got for us?
So during a live stream of basically there was a live stream by Ted DiBiase's lawyer where they were discussing the charges and stuff.
Yeah.
And Ted DiBiase Jr. got a phone call and confirmed that he needs to book tickets for the 19th. So they've self-confirmed the Cody match will be on the day 2.
Wait. So what's Ted DiBiase got to do with this?
What? Say all again.
Is it Ted DiBiase Jr.? Legacy.
Yeah. So they've taken that they've been hinting that Randy Orton had called Ted DiBiase Jr.
Does anyone care about that?
No, they haven't. Did we discuss this on last week's show? I thought someone said that.
Yeah. And it was on the live stream today. Ted DiBiase said he needs to book plane tickets for the 19th. So everybody's taking that. And
his friends are saying he's
the Cody match was on the 19th.
Okay, but is that just DiBiase just trying to get himself a little bit of
worming himself in?
Possibly,
yeah. Right. Because, what would the reaction be to Ted DiBiase Jr. coming in?
Cadona, even worse.
Oh, yeah,
better than Brian. Better than
who is this? Right.
It'll be
Grandmaster Sexy.
That was.
It'll be akin to like the reaction Tito Ortiz got when he made his TNA debut. Silent.
Who got their TNA
I
debut?
remember TNA, they were doing the surprise debut of Tito Ortiz in TNA.
I remember when Bobby Fish turned up in TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was not just silent, it was like negative.
Where's the lie?
Yeah.
No, it's as silent as that was. Yeah, it was very funny.
Oh, that was rough. That was rough. Okay, so like guys, there wasn't much for me. Like I said at the top of the show, I watched Collision. Do you know what? I actually started to go back and watch last week's Dynamite because I didn't see it in between because it took me 4 days to watch the pay-per-view from a week ago. Okay, so if anyone has been watching, I've seen little bits of Collision when it's just like, oh, there's wrestling on ITV4 or whatever it is. Is Collision just like absolutely such a B show? It is just a glorified Sunday Night Heat nowadays. Because there was no story advancement at all.
There can be sometimes, depending on what they're doing and what the week's going to be. I think when it's a live Collision, it tends to be more story driven and a little bit more energy as well. But this week they had like they were coming off the I think basketball matches on both Saturday. So they had like a Saturday one and a Sunday one. So that's why.
Okay, I was going to say because on my AEW it was like an hour show.
Yeah,
and I was like, what? And so then I had to, okay. So that it was just kind of like this week's a bit of a dud.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't give up.
They sometimes had that. It depends on whether they are taping, I think, straight after Dynamite or not. And most of the time, if they're taping straight after Dynamite, they'll just stick to like it being just matches to keep the crowd happy, things like that. Anything story stuff will be done in the backstage sort of segment.
I usually watch AEW, the weekly shows, the pay-per-view, but I don't watch Collision. I don't got time for that. I don't watch Collision.
This is the first time I've watched Collision since CM Punk left, so I was a little bit like underwhelmed, if I'm completely honest. There was good matches, but it was the most forgettable show I've seen since I watched Ring of Honor on AEW.
I also don't watch Ring of Honor. No, I don't watch unless there's. I mean, honestly, it's just it's more of a me thing. I just don't have the time to watch multiple shows, so I'm like, I'm gonna watch Dynamite. It's the one show I'm committing to. Everything else, if there's something cool that happens, then I'm gonna go and watch that. And I used to be really, I don't know, sensitive towards spoilers, but these days I'm not. So if there's a good match, if people tell me you got to watch that match, you got to watch that promo, I just go and check it out. Otherwise, no. And I watch the pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever you call them, from AEW. I watch all of them, and from WWE, the big four, big five for sure. And if I know there's a big match or an interesting story going somewhere, then I watch that. So
yeah, certainly.
Yeah, that's always the way. It's just too much. There is too much wrestling on the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I will check in with NXT when I can as well, because I do quite enjoy that at the moment. They had this Johnny Gargano angle that they're doing at the moment with him being depressed, where they're not saying why he's depressed, but they're sort of basically saying Ciampa's left, he's depressed, and he's just lying in a plank position everywhere that he goes. And they've now put that into a match where he won a gauntlet match yesterday.
I saw that.
Contender for Stand and Deliver for the NXT North American title, and they had 4 guys come out. A guy called Shiloh Hill basically eliminated all 3 guys, and then the last guy eliminated, his stablemates attacked him and threw him back in the ring. And Gargano was just wasn't doing anything and just got sort of in the corner, and Candice just pushed him into the cover, and he planked on the cover and got the win. And it was funny, but it's also like, are we building to a serious title match here at the pay-per-view? We got Gargano, and they're doing something with the machine guns as well on SmackDown. They're turning them heel to join Johnny. Is that what the idea?
I think they're going to split up.
They're turning Saban heel.
If they split them up, machine guns.
They can't split the machine guns up.
That would be absolute game over for them.
Yeah, that would basically put them both into complete obscurity. Why would you do that?
Now, what I was going to quickly say on the Gargano Ciampa situation is so funny that they've got this storyline about the fact that he's got Ciampa's in AEW. And this was something I was going to mention from this collision that I watched with Ciampa, because I was watching when I was watching it, he wrestled Leo Rush. Leo Rush has got a new gimmick. Has anyone
the
seen
dog.
it?
Yeah.
He's
Demon character.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've seen it. I loved it.
It's
Like,
the first time he's done it. It's the first time he's done it.
Is this
Like,
the first time he's done it? Right. Okay.
Like,
So he genuinely, I would be freaking shitting myself if I was across the ring from him. I think at one point on commentary, whoever it was, like Nigel McGuinness or whatever, said like he's like Gollum, and I was like, he is. And he's running on all fours, and I've never seen anything like this in as a wrestling character before. And I was like, this is great. It might grow old, but I kind of was doing a bit of work. It's like, what's he doing? And I was captivated. Right.
Yeah.
That was the most I've watched a Ciampa match since he was in NXT as well. But go on, Dave.
I was going to say, Leo Rush has done a sort of variation on this character for quite a few years. He used to do this sort of dark, sort of like sided character in the indies. So he had like a few with Joe Janela in CCW where he would take Canadian destroyers off of a ladder and just get straight back up for like things like that.
Oh yeah.
And he's been doing that sort of thing, and he's been doing that variation of it, like sort of over here on the indies. So he did a little run in Progress wrestling, where he was doing this sort of like this sort of character. I forget what he calls the name of it.
Blackheart.
Blackheart, thank you.
And he's fighting Ciampa.
But he's
Who
but
is-
he's changed it a bit here, where it's just the contacts and the shaved head now and things like that. But I would hope that's where it stays. Yeah, Gollum is a perfect. Description.
Okay, hang on. Look, I'm going to risk just so we can see a tiny bit of it here.
Yeah, but he was also on the battle.
His entrance was very cool.
Bloody hell!
22
That
is
looks
like,
cool.
Wow.
Holy shit, that looks cool.
It's kind of like the one thing I sort of question is he's still called Leo Rush. You kind of want a sort of a moniker that describes the character here, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, it's
Even if
like
you was to go Feral Rush.
he is like going feral.
Feral,
But like,
yeah.
Has anyone played
What?
Silent Hill? Right?
Yeah.
It's just like he was like possessed.
Yeah.
Like when people start like walking along all weird.
Gosh. That's a good
This
entrance.
was interesting because you know he was just so far removed from like when he was in WWE. Like, just look at the eyes.
Barbie.
Yeah.
I've forgotten he was in WWE. By me, that's yeah.
No, but yeah. So that was that was the most interesting thing. Other than once again we were treated to Mr. Go's theme music, well, like love song for like 10 minutes straight on this show. Dev.
The views for that Leo Rush clip is more than the viewers of Collision.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Wait. Do you mean this clip? Oh yeah, it says 212,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the interesting thing though, because you know the viewers of Collision is America, and then you always get this worldwide and like or on YouTube or whatever, and it's like, well, that's everyone on the whole planet that may have watched it. So
we'll get more potentially, because they're just I think today or tomorrow they're launching HBO Max over here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
they're launching HBO Max in the UK.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's going to be on there because obviously they've launched their own streaming service and things like that, obviously now. But yeah, I think that the I said last week on the thing with AEW, MyAEW bit coming out, I think that might be the death knell for Triller TV because that's like their biggest partner, and they're on the brink of going down. So
this is like the wrestling channel in the UK when TNA went to Bravo or wherever it went.
Yeah.
When TNA left the wrestling channel, it literally killed the channel.
Yeah.
So you know it happens.
Yeah. HBO Max is tomorrow, by the way.
yeah. But I
Oh
don't know
my
if
god, I don't want to get another.
it's going to be on that one over here though. I don't know. So.
I would be really annoyed if AEW's on it because I just bought my AEW thing.
What did you? Well, how long did you buy it for?
I bought it for a year because I was like, oh, that's going to work out good value. Oh, great. Oh, well.
Well,
But you get all of the pay-per-views and Ring of Honor in the weekly. It was cheaper than the old AEW Plus, where you just got Collision, Rampage, and Dynamite.
yeah, the one actually, yeah.
Okay, so I can confirm that HBO Max will not have AEW.
Okay.
There you
Right.
go.
Do you know how much HBO Max is?
Give me a second. No, it doesn't list it.
Standard with basic with ads, $4.99 a month.
Yeah.
I might get it 1 month. See what's on it.
Mm. It looks to be like Harry Potter and stuff.
Oh, we are just
Harry
looking up information about HBO Max. This is a very entertaining podcast for our viewers right now.
Well, yeah, well, it might be showing like good stuff. This is like half of what Geek Battle ends up being. It's just like, so, what was the box office for this movie, right?
Yeah.
But okay, what else is happening in pro wrestling? It feels like a little bit of Dennis Condrey passed away. That was sad, and apparently he had a fall, broke his neck, and you know that was sad. You know, it's interesting. I literally just saw it on like a little report. I didn't hear the audio, but it was like a quote of like Jim Cornette from his podcast saying about, you know, a wrestler takes all these bumps. You wouldn't then think that something like that could happen, but accidents are accidents.
Human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
See, like the strange thing is that I know mostly Dennis Condrey by reputation because my variant of the Midnight Express was Stan Lane and beautiful Bobby Eaton. And then there was whatever where I guess Paul Heyman brought in the original Midnight Express, but this is such a vague memory for me. But still very sad, especially because Bobby Eaton passed away a couple of years ago as well. So that's, and the Midnight Express, probably because Cornette is controversial, may or may not ever get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
They need to be.
Well, yeah, they should be. They put the Rock and Roll Express in, and I think it was Jim Cornette that inducted them.
Yeah, well,
yeah, exactly. I'm just phasing out here. I don't know what's going wrong with me. This keeps happening.
What's that? Spider-Man. I
don't want to go.
I'm about to say, did you interrupt your parents' first meeting? Is this what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, this is heavy. Right. Oh dear. Is this
Brock's going to be retiring?
Yeah.
We know that.
Who's going to be retiring? What was this thing about Rey Mysterio retiring?
Oh, Gunther was supposed to retire Mysterio
at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but then
I think Ray's hold out. I think I saw a quote saying he wants to hold out for Dom to do the honors.
Oh, really?
I think he should.
Yeah, he should.
Like, imagine not finishing that story off like that. And also, Rey Mysterio. Like, I'm not saying Rey Mysterio should definitely retire in WWE, but what they should do is in AAA to give it a huge thing. Have Rey defeat Dom for the AAA Mega Championship. And then, so if he's injured and he won't be at Mania, then it is what it is. But then do it at SummerSlam or something. Have Rey versus Dom. So just like Cena beat Dom for the championship, and Dom got the win back. Have Rey beat Dom for the championship, and then get the win back. Just do it that way around.
Here is my counter argument. Sorry, Dev, you're saying.
So what you're saying is because of Cena, Rey loses another title, another world title.
Because of Cena, Rey
loses another world title.
Was that because? Wait, what? Tell me, remind me what.
Basically, remember like a few years ago when Rey won the WWE title for like 5 minutes,
an hour,
and then lost to Cena.
Yeah.
So, because Cena won the title of Dom, and Dom is winning the title of Rey, Rey is going to get his return, like comeback from Rey instead of Cena.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, TJ. What you got?
My counter argument to your theory. So I'm gonna get into a bit of fantasy booking over here. So before I get to that, I read this rumor that because they couldn't do Gunther versus Ray at
Hmm.
WrestleMania, they might be doing it in the show in Turin, which for me would be great because I live in Italy. I can just go there and watch Gunther retire someone. So, but here's my counter argument to Dom retiring Ray would be great. However, I think this is the fantasy booking. I think it tells a better story. It builds more character if Gunther does it. So hear me out. Not right now. This Gunther goes, he retires, Lesnar, whoever else is there. He's this proper career killer. Ray comes out and Ray says he thinks his time is up. He wants to retire and he wants to have his last match against Dom. He challenges Dom to a match, and Dom comes out and he's this cocky heel. He's like, "No, I don't want to face you. I'm not gonna give you that. I'm not gonna give you that feeling of being facing me as your last opponent." He just walks out. Gunther comes out. Gunther's like, "I'll be happy to do it. If you haven't noticed, I retired quite a few people." Ray doesn't want to accept it. But then over the next few weeks, Gunther, I don't know, he's walking in the backstage area and he shoves Dom and he threatens Ray. He's like, "If you don't face me, I'm going to beat up your son." Ray reluctantly agrees to face Gunther. They have their match.
And then Dom helps Gunther.
No.
Imagine that. Like, so imagine, hang on, sorry, I know I'm hijacking your story, but from what you said, it's like Ray is like, Dom's like, "I'm not going to wrestle you," and then Gunther's like, "I'll do it," and then he comes out with Dominic, and he's going like this. He's like, "I'll break your son's neck if you don't agree to fight me," and so then Ray's like, "Yeah, we're reconciling," and then in the match, it turns out it was a ploy between Gunther.
Yeah.
and Dom.
That's what you get, you get beat.
That'd be funny. That would be
Be funny.
But what I'm hinting towards is quite the opposite. It's you have the match. Gunther doesn't just want to retire Ray. He wants to retire the mask. So he's like, I'm not on, just like he was like, I'm gonna make Cena tap. He's like, I'm gonna unmask Rey Mysterio. You have the match, and at one point, Gunther tries to unmask Ray, and that's where Dom comes out. He's like, "No, I might hate Ray, but I know what that mask means to him." You do something, Gunther still wins, takes the mask off, Ray's retired, and he takes the mask and he walks out. You have Ray and Dom reconciling because Dom is pretty popular. At one point, they're gonna have to turn him babyface. This is how you do the babyface turn, and then you build to Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther, maybe even for the mask. Or Gunther's like, "This mask has no value to me." He just beats Ray, throws the mask, steps on it, walks out. Dom picks it up. You have your WrestleMania match, Dom versus Gunther. Dom comes out wearing the mask, of course, during his entrance, not during the match. And you are building Gunther up for him to be dethroned by a babyface Dominic Mysterio. That's your big feud, because while you are building Gunther as a big supervillain, you also need someone to beat him, and you have Dom be that person. That's my counter argument. Dom beating Ray would be nice, but Dom's too popular right now. At one point, they're gonna have to turn him babyface.
Will he lose that popularity if he turns babyface, though?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
there's a risk.
I don't know. I think there's a way of doing that, and I think I kind of like the idea that you're saying of like this whole thing of actually no, there is a bit of tradition still left in Dom that he understands the meaning of the mark, of it, and things like that, and being the one that wants to do it himself and that sort of thing. And maybe, and let's face it, in the lineage of Judgment Day, obviously it was Edge returned on, then Rhea, and then Damien, and then Finn. So Dominic's next, and they are turning face and turning Judgment Day, turning on him sort of situation. So that could tie in there as well. So you know, it's
the weird thing. the Judgment Day is going to become an all-female group, isn't it?
Yeah.
JD.
It's gone that way. It was all guys, and now it's just going to end up as an all-female group. I don't think that's ever happened before in pro wrestling.
Rhea's going to join. Rhea's going to join back.
Rhea's going to join back.
I think that'd be difficult, but they could
They kick out JD.
and got rid of Dom and got rid of JD as well. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just have like Dom and his like little arm.
Yeah. Okay, so who's Dom going to fight? Is it Dom versus Finn at Mania?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
On the if it was just
Are we getting Demon?
oh, could be.
He did not use the demon against Brock Lesnar, but Dom, that's where he uses the demon.
Yes, the bigger threat.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago they did Brock Lesnar versus Finn, and he does not use the demon. But against Baron Corbin, that's where he brings the demon.
Again,
Brings
the
the demon
threat.
against Baron Corbin. He's no Brock Lesnar for a Universal title match. It's freaking Baron Corbin. That's where he brings the demon.
Do you know the weird thing is, because you've got Damien and R-Truth are the tag team champions on SmackDown, right?
Hmm.
If Finn were to rejoin them, like what would that group be called? Because obviously R-Truth was kind of in the Judgment Day.
He wasn't.
And Rhea kind of, would still be associated to that. So this, speaking about the Midnight Express earlier, because obviously you had Condrey, and who was the other original Midnight Express? Something Rose. What was his name? Was it Buddy Rose or something like this?
Buddy Rose.
Yeah, something like this, right? So he left, and then it was Condrey and Eaton. Then Condrey left, and then it was Stan Lane and Eaton. So then you had like it's like the Sugar Babes, if you remember that, where none of the original members were in it. And then you ended up having the original members not allowed to be called the original name anymore.
Randy
So
Rose.
when Edge retires, he could come back to WWE to reform the Judgment Day as Judgment Night or something like this.
Judgment
Or
Night.
Afterlife.
Afterlife.
Yeah.
Or if we are really going there, so
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, or since Finn Balor was a part of the Judgment Day, and Finn Balor's the guy that formed the Bullet Club. They had this philosophy, Bullet Club for life. So you have many extensions of the
Wonder where
Bullet
they got
Club.
that
You have
idea
Bullet Club. Well, they got that idea from someone who stole it from another group from originally from New Japan.
Wait, so
But-
okay, but that's a good point. That is a good point. But did they say for life?
That I don't know. That probably
Okay.
not. That was probably. But the thing is, every extension of the Bullet Club is considered Bullet Club Gold, the Firing Squad, even the Elite. They were originally Bullet Club, the Elite. Judgment Day is kind of formed by Balor. What if Judgment Day is Bullet Club, and this new Judgment Day is also Bullet Club?
I don't think anyone in the whole history of wrestling has ever thought that Judgment Day is part of Bullet Club. I'm just going to say that now.
No,
So does that mean that AJ is part of Judgment Day?
yes.
Why would
Wait,
you
I
give?
think this is one of those like a thumb is a finger, but not a free finger is a thumb. kind of thing.
Is Dennis Rodman in the Judgment Day? I'm confused.
Thanks, Rob.
But no,
I'm
he
just-
wasn't.
I'm
They
just
literally
joking.
said on
I'm
Raw,
just
it's
joking.
like, and he was a member of the NWO, which of course he was, a celebrity member of the NWO.
Celebrity wing.
which would mean R-Truth is a part of the Elite.
R-Truth is part of the Elite.
I'm just joshing
Isn't
with you.
really
I'm
straight.
Me?
I'm just
Okay,
joking.
so me being the cause of
Roundabout again.
Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega reuniting is a better theory than this. Basically, I met Kenny Omega wearing a Kota Ibushi t-shirt, and he looked at the t-shirt and was like, I should call him.
Oh.
History was made.
There
By
you
the way, it was the original Midnight Express with Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose.
Randy Rose.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd let one
Okay,
out.
guys. Anything else before we begin to head
I
towards
was going to say,
wrapping?
you had Jade Cargill with Michin and
Yeah.
B-Fab.
B-Fab, that's it. Yeah, so they're the new baddies.
Yeah.
No,
That's
you
a
baddies.
proper if you can't beat them, join them situation.
Yeah.
Because it was like, they just we can't beat this girl, we'll just join her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what Logan Paul did with the Vision, though, isn't it? And now he's the only one left.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
Actually happened again.
I blame Danhausen.
Isn't that how like Eric Bischoff originally joined the NWO as well? Like he was powerbombed by Nash at the beginning, and then like 3 weeks later.
Oh no, but then they play it off that he was the mastermind all along or something.
But wasn't Ted DiBiase the master, like the money man?
He was the financier. He was the
okay.
money.
But I was going to say, Jade actually done that in AEW as well with Red Velvet and was it Kira Hogan? Was it?
That's
Gosh,
right.
I don't remember.
As well, so,
It's literally both Tony Khan and Triple H trying to cover up the fact that Jade can't wrestle, so they pair him up with better wrestlers.
She doesn't need to wrestle. She's going to get movie roles. Like
She injures people. Like, have you not seen?
Nia
I don't
Jax,
know.
loads of them injure people. Like RVD injured people every single time he got in the ring and would just bust their face open.
True.
Yeah.
But speaking of injuries, I just remembered as well. Have you guys heard that Bianca Belair might be losing a finger?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Excuse me, what?
I so hope this isn't true.
yeah, that's what the
I
coach
hope
was
that isn't
saying.
true.
But the thing is, coach sometimes gets things wrong, so I'm not holding out.
It looks bad though, from what I've seen.
Amazing
There was that
taking so
photo
long.
where it looked bulbous is quite old now.
Yeah, it's old.
How could they not get that under control?
It's
Yeah.
bizarre, isn't it? The broken finger could take so long to sort of hit, because it was last year's Mania, wasn't it? That happened?
Yeah.
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 No wonder everyone hates Pete Dunne's finger snapping thing.
Gosh.
No, I sincerely hope, like, if she, like, over a finger as well, if she has to retire to save her finger, just retire.
Yeah.
And if she's
for
in
sure.
terrible pain, and look, you know, the
Have you
crazy
seen her
thing
recovery videos?
No, I haven't.
She's like
No.
post recovery, and she's got to do some exercises. And it's one where she's rolling something on a table,
Yeah.
and it's really awkward.
Yeah.
She's in pain.
Yeah, it's like horrible pain.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre, isn't it? So bizarre.
Yeah. Speaking of Pete Dunne, by the way, the Americanos were on NXT.
All right. Yeah.
I want to move on from the horrible thing to something else.
Yeah.
I was going to say, who mentioned Pete Dunne?
No, I did because they he breaks fingers.
Finger snap thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do you know what? I'm going to use that in the future on this show. But if I want to change subject, I'm just going to be like, speaking of Pete Dunne. I know you are correct.
Yeah.
What
They
was
were
your
on
point with
NXT.
Americana?
They were on NXT.
Yeah.
Changing the titles because they want to push the Americanos hugely as a group because the Ludwig Kaiser is doing so well in AAA. Like, it's the biggest face on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, he's never going to be Ludwig Kaiser again because the guys are too popular.
It's insane, really, when you think about it. That when, like, also, like, Gable coming back as that character to get revenge on the fake Kaiser American.
Yeah.
It's like, just be Chad, be Shorty G again. Like, this isn't your gimmick anymore. You know,
I said this on a show a few months ago when Chad was injured and things like that, and they did this thing where they brought the three Americanos in. I still want to see the three Americanos, the false Americanos that are in there, the new one, against original El Grande Americano and his two tag partners, who are basically the Creeds in masks.
Yeah.
So I want to see that.
Yeah.
As other original Americanos.
Maybe WrestleMania.
They do have an interesting scenario though, where this is kind of like the first real time since Bret Hart in 1997 where I can actually kind of compare this. Kaiser Americano is the biggest babyface in Mexico, but he's the heel in America. Whereas Gable in Mexico is the heel.
Yeah.
For being, this is great.
When Kaiser comes to America, he's in all black now, black and gold.
Yeah.
And when he's in Mexico, he's in his proper colours. So
yeah.
it's crazy.
No, but like, Gable should have never done that gimmick in the first place. It was like, okay, so he's going to go and probably if he hadn't got injured, he'd have won the AAA Mega Championship, and they'd have put him there as like, someone we trust. You can speak English. You know, the Undertaker will deal with you, and you'll be the main star there. It's not him anymore. One, they've got Dom there, which they didn't expect. And now they've got Americano. And like the craziest thing is like AAA is obviously a long-standing promotion, and their two biggest stars are not forced by WWE, but literally two WWE guys. Like
but AAA is also WWE now.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's like when you had WWECW,
ECW, and Kane was a champion.
And the ECW champion is the Big Show, and it's like Tommy Dreamer got it. It's like the one original ECW guy years later, but everyone else like Jack Swagger and that. In AAA, like the main event is legitimately Ludwig Kaiser and Dominic Mysterio, and the Mexican fan base are like, bring it on. they don't want their own homegrown talent, you know, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see talk about AAA and like the differences obviously between the contracted wrestlers and things like that? Did you see that that WWE like reinforced their hand by firing one of the AAA guys recently, El Hamburguesa?
Hamburguesa.
Thank you. Hamburguesa, because he did these like worked elbows on a fan at ringside. It was getting on his nerves or something, or doing something. But it was clearly worked elbows. They weren't
exactly.
They fired him for that.
Mad.
Well, that's just a strange thing to do, because what did the fans sell it?
Yeah, well,
yes and no.
It's like he flinched, and then he was like, "Oh, that didn't hurt," you know.
Yeah.
I think I blame Steve. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I blame Stone Cold for that one because the ATV.
Oh yeah, the lawsuit when he hit the barrier and the woman fell backwards.
Oh Jesus!
Oh wait.
Delayed cell.
We may have mentioned this on the show last week. How Alberto Del Rio had a boxing match and was getting thrashed and needed rescuing. Did you see this?
No.
Okay.
We didn't talk about it, did we?
Did we? I can't remember if we spoke about it, but Alberto Del Rio had a boxing match, and he just kind of like turned his back on his opponent and went over to his corner. And people are saying that he kind of gave his guy in the corner like a signal just to rush the ring, and it caused a huge brawl. But it was like Alberto was probably like, if I'm about to lose, I'm just gonna go over. The guy will follow me. Just say something so it looks like, oh, you've been offended or whatever. So you rush the ring, and it ends up in a schmosh disqualification finish. Not
in a boxing match.
I'm reading it. I'm reading about it now. He fought someone called Choi Almada. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that, but a fitness influencer. So
okay, yeah.
Then he deserves to go rushed.
So look at this out here. So you can see Alberto turns his back on his opponent and signals this guy to get in.
I was going to say,
so in the ring, they bring other guys from the other corner get in, and it literally just gives Alberto a chance to recover. And he takes off his gloves and goes and punches the guy bare knuckle.
He gave a nod, if you noticed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know.
Going slightly into Geek Battle, it just reminded me that this week, this guy picked a fight with the actor who plays Reacher.
Oh, yeah, shit. Okay, so you know the show Reacher? Like Jack Reacher? Like, yeah. That like there's a not Tom Cruise, there's a massive guy that plays him.
Oh, well,
Richardson, the blonde one.
Appropriately.
Yeah, so he's on a motorcycle and he's got like a body cam or something on, just filming, and this guy gets in front of him, and so Jack Reacher beat this guy up, and the police have let him get away with it because the other guy started it. But that's a story, isn't it? You got beaten up by Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Like he's threatening him and his kids apparently.
Okay, so
then-
let me ask you this, guys. Right. So to bring it back to wrestling, and then we can kind of wrap it up there. If you could get beaten up by one wrestler, and you can kind of add in some of the details or whatever, who would you want to get into a fight? I'm not saying who do you want to get in a fight. Haku. You want that to be your story.
If I die, I die.
No, okay.
You will die. You will.
You.
Okay. Because people are going to be like Danhausen. It's like, yeah, but if you want a
There's no if
story
about that one.
yeah.
My life is pretty cursed already. I don't want an additional curse. No.
Yeah. LA Knight would be so pissed.
Do you know what? I love that Danhausen hasn't even worked out the hand movements. They're like, it's different every time. You are cursed. It's like there's no pose definitely to finish to copy.
Do you know what I love about it? It's like when the camera goes away from him, and then the thing is they forget to pan off, and then you see him Russ going off.
That's what's happening in the live events, isn't it? The live bits with the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
that's the only thing I've found about the cursing in WWE, because they have, like, I think we said last week, they do the whole sort of "you are cursed" thing. But then he doesn't even do what he used to do. He did this thing where he'd like get ready for it, and then the whole cursing would be the final bit, wouldn't it? Be like that, like that bit, that sort of thing, like
the monkey from Family Guy.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, so now it's just doing that. That's it.
You know what? I want him to bump into William Regal again, and I want them to play off the fitting curse thing that they did in AEW just somehow. Okay, no, I'm serious. Like, if you could get beaten up by someone, who are you picking? Dave.
Oh, good God. I don't know. Oh, you know what? So similarly, if you're going to go out, you might as well go out in Blaze of Glory. Let's have peak Stan Hansen. Go on then.
Stan Hansen, shit, man. Right, okay.
Hansen.
Yeah, you're not surviving this.
Yeah.
It's got to be Brock.
You're going for Brock.
Yeah, I'm going
Guys,
Brock.
what's wrong with you? I'm going for
going
Liv
out
Morgan. You had your
I've
chance. I'm choosing Liv Morgan. You had your chance, guys. Right?
No, you could have said Sam.
Yeah, you should have said Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hang on, who's TJ going for? TJ.
Mox. Yeah, if I'm getting beaten up, I want John Moxley in a no holds barred match.
Why? Like, you'll just be mutilated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going out in style.
But there's a heavy chance that Moxley will also bleed, so you know it's
I get to say
Yeah. Or he may just be unconscious, and then you'll get Eddie Kingston laying over you to protect you. So,
or if I can change, I'd want Murder Grandpa.
who?
Oh, Minoru Suzuki.
Oh, Minoru Suzuki. Yeah.
Oh.
again crazy. Why are we all choosing?
Look, I might choose CM Punk actually, because even though I said if you're going to get beaten up by someone, I still actually think I'd win that. Right? So, realistically,
I mean, UFC
CM Punk
records.
will come to beat me up, and I'll end up tearing his face up.
Mercedes Monet, come.
Mercedes Monet. Yeah, she's stealing my ideas.
I don't think that's how it works, Gav.
Yeah. Do you know, it'd be quite cool to be beaten up by Rhea Ripley. Like, literally beaten up. No?
Now we're going to Twitch territory.
Sorry, are we straying into territory here that will get us kicked off YouTube?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
So I saw an interview. I saw an interview with Danhausen without makeup on, and he looks like a young CM Punk. It's weird.
Who does?
Yeah, I saw that.
Danhausen without makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interview with Chris Van Vliet, isn't there, or something?
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, on that note, let's begin to wrap this up. Find out where we can find everyone. I'll just very quickly check to see if there's any last-minute breaking news. TJ, where can the people find you?
You can find me here next week, hopefully. Or if you want to check some artwork, you can look me up on Instagram, TJ_ROYX.
Do you know what? Let me just quickly say, whilst I think of it, to all of you, there's a very strong chance that the show next week would be on Tuesday, which would be, I know it's like creeping earlier and earlier, just because there's going to be a couple of days where I'm going to be unavailable towards the end of the week. So it might be super early. Have that in the back of your heads now. Dev, where can the people find you?
Unfortunately, just like Triple H, I don't work on Tuesdays.
What? I didn't catch that.
I mean, unfortunately, just like Triple H, I don't work on Tuesdays.
Oh, there you go.
But you can see me on TikTok and Twitch on every other day. And you can find me here on Wednesdays or Thursdays and Geek Battle on Wednesdays.
Okay. Awesome. Dave.
You can find me, David Jervis Green, pretty much everywhere. Also follow my improv group, LAPD Improv. We have a show on this Friday, 8 o'clock, Caddy's Comedy Club in Southend-on-Sea. So please do come along if you can.
Okay, amazing. Gav.
Don't worry about it. See me right now.
Okay. All right then. Right, okay. And my name is David Posadsky. Find me at Facebook, Instagram, X, etc. at Slam Jam Show or Slam Jam Wrestling. I need to definitely pin down which one I should be saying. Right, and with that, until next time, stay safe. Always stay extreme. Keep slamming and jamming your Slam Jam bronies, and we're off the air.